Good morning, everybody. This is TNT's Adventures to Sea. I am Tom. Terry, the other half of TNT, is not here. She's at work. But I thought I wanted to tell you guys a couple of stories that I have in my life. People have been saying, hey, Tom, why don't you tell some stories? Why don't you do this, do that? So I'm going to start by doing some stories. Okay, 50 years plus, I've got some pretty interesting things I've done in my life. Near death, entertainment things, where I've been with celebrities, I've hung out with some certain people. It's been fun. But today I wanted to tell you about Two Harbors bow hunting. On Catalina Island, one of our pastimes was bow hunting. And I know it's not right, but to be honest, some people went bow hunting, fishing, and many other things. Just one or two drinks too many in their system. Okay, well, one day we were drinking, and I can't remember if he came and got us from the bar or from the housing bungalows, but Mike Lohman, whose parents were Paul and Carol, and they lived on the Northern Lights out in Cat Harbor, showed up in his Volkswagen thing and asked Smitty, JB, and myself if we wanted to go bow hunting with him. And without blinking an eye, we packed up some beers and we jumped in that boat, or that BW. Well, it was a really foggy and misty night, and we had our spotlights and not much common sense with us. So the adventure was on, and we headed up towards the Banning House, where we had luck before. So we drove up the hill laughing and more or less not doing what you should do if you're trying to hunt. Well, Smitty and I were sitting in the back of this Volkswagen thing, and I don't know if you know what a Volkswagen thing is, but it's kind of a crossover between a truck and a Jeep. And it's got this little tailgate area where I was sitting. I think Smitty was in the row behind the driver's seat, and then JB and Mike were in the two front seats. But where I was sitting is where they don't allow people to ride anymore, because it's pretty dangerous sitting in the back of that thing. Well, now as we drove up the hill, the visibility got slowly but surely a little more worse. I mean, we're heading into this fog, and as it's creeping over the hillside, we're like watching it. We're having no worries. We got four guys, and we're in our 20s and our 30s, and we don't care. We're out there just having a blast. Well, as we drove up the hill, the fog was rolling in, and then, so as we were just about to crest over the top of one of the hills, the tailgate opened up, and of course, that's what I was leaning on. So I fall out of that Jeep thing, and I'm rolling down this hill, and this hill is rocking. It's got rocks all in the road. I mean, if you don't got a 4x4 or something like that, you can't get up these roads. But it's like 200 yards, and I'm falling down this hill. I'm tumbling, I'm rolling, I'm laughing like crazy the whole time. And I just thought it was hilarious, but I mean, when you think about it now, you're like, God, that's crazy. So these guys, they put the car in park, and they come running down the hill. They're like, oh shit, is he gonna be dead or what's going on? And they get there, and I'm laying on my back, and I'm still laughing. And these guys are all freaked out. They're like, oh shit, we thought you were dead. What happened? Everything. So they drag me up. We start walking up the hill. We light some cigarettes. We're slowly walking away up this hill, because this is a big hill. It's 200 yards up the hill like this, and it's past the Banning House. So, and we're on this little road, this trail. So we get up to the car, and I go, okay guys, I need a beer. I pop a beer open. We walk around the front of the car where we're standing there in the headlights, and we're just sitting there bullshitting, talking. And I'm not sure which one of us did it, but one of us glanced over to the front by where the car was and looked down, and there's a cliff. I mean, this cliff just goes straight down. And we were only like 5 feet away from going over this cliff. So you tell me, was this heavenly intervention, the ghost from the banning house, or just dumb luck? Either way, whatever you want to say caused it, it was just another story that we survived and another story for the books. Believe it or not, this is just another story from the Isthmus years. I have a lot of stories from our time on the island, my life, the adventures, and I'd like to share them, and I'd like you guys to come along with me. Subscribe, like, hit that little bell so you get to see all of our stories when they come up, whatever they may be. This is TNT's Adventures. I want to say, love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.